Biosphere reserves are learning places for sustainable development. That is what the UNESCO, the organization which created the concept of biosphere reserves, calls it. Hey guys, I'm Katja and I live in Cherni, Osam in the Central Balkan. This is the Cherni Osam Explainities, where you can learn all about the Central Balkan Biosphere Reserve in partnership with the Natural Science Museum Cherni Osam. Today's lesson will be about biosphere reserves and more specifically about the Central Balkan Biosphere Reserve. If you first want to know about the difference between a biosphere reserve and a national park, you can watch another video for that. Biosphere reserves aim to create sustainable development where nature and humans live together in balance. Nature and ecosystems are protected while humans can still benefit from it. Additionally, there is a focus on local culture, products, and traditions. This aim of sustainability and humans and nature living in balance can already be seen from the size of the Biosphere Reserve. In the Central Balkan, the Biosphere Reserve is about 5 times bigger than the area of the national park and is therefore also separated into 3 zones: the core zone, the buffer zone, and the transitional zone. They have different aims and rules. The core zone is a strictly protected area. There is no human activity allowed, which therefore contributes to the conservation of landscapes, ecosystems, species, and genetic variation. Here, for example, cutting down trees is not allowed, and tourism is not either. The buffer zone is an area where human activity with minimum impact on wildlife is allowed. There is a focus on activities that can reinforce scientific research, monitoring, training, and education. This zone is open for limited tourism, cattle grazing, and other restricted economic uses. The transitional zone presents an area where human settlements, such as cities and towns, can be found. The focus here is to exploit the natural resources in a controlled manner without damaging the wildlife. The communities here foster ecologically sustainable and economic human activity. They live together with the goal to use the natural resources in a way that ensures them for the future. The Biosphere Reserve also focuses on protecting the local culture and traditions, as well as products, for example, by introducing labels for local products and showcasing traditions. This increases tourism. In the Central Balkan, the core zone is made up of 9 strict natural reserves, which are completely within the borders of the national park. The buffer zone covers the entire territory of the national park except for the 9 reserves, which make up the core zone. The transitional zone is made up of the territories of the municipalities bordering the national park: Sevlievo, Trojan, Pavebanja, Karlovo, and Anton. Together, these municipalities can make rules for the biosphere and establish, for example, labels for local products. Though it is still important to notice here that the core and buffer zones of the Biosphere Reserve have the same territory as the national park. Thus, the rules of the national park apply here, as they are stricter than those of the Biosphere Reserve. If you want to learn more about the benefits of a Biosphere Reserve, we have another video on our channel.